Okay.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. Oh, and look at us. We're already recording.
Yeah, is it? Oh.
This is immoral. You're recording
you
without my consent.
okay. I assume that the microphone pinned to your shirt
was
an
indication.
Consent enough.
Well, Your Honor, don't underestimate my stupidity. My cluelessness.
I believe it's you this time.
Oh, boy. What a delight. What a joy.
The first of many.
Sorry. I still can't lean forward.
You a little dyspeptic or something?
No, I had
a procedure.
I had. Did I not? I don't think I ever told you. I had inguinal hernia surgery.
Oh, you said you were having surgery. You didn't say why.
Yeah, I know. I thought about that later. I thought, why am I being so coy? I just don't talk about personal stuff easily.
Yeah.
It's no big deal, but it sucks. I've never had surgery.
Oh,
so I waited 50 plus years to have surgery, and now I'm like, this fucking sucks.
I told you.
I'm knocked out, man.
I told you it's no picnic.
I took a week off work, and boy, So, and it's been like 10 days now.
Okay.
It still kind of sucks.
Yeah.
All right. You keeping all this?
This is gold.
This is gold. Do you want me to start or do you want me to stop?
When we're on hiatus, we're going to need some stuff. So this
would be perfect.
Yeah.
How do you do? We're about to unfold the story of
Ghost of Frankenstein.
My son, would you destroy that which I, your father, dedicated his life to creating? What if it had another brain?
Whose brain?
Your brain.
Forward! What good is a brain without eyes to see?
I warned you that you might regret this action.
Well, we've warned you.
You've been warned. Welcome back to Frankenstein Minute, the podcast that dissects the universal... What, am I talking too loud?
No, you're fine. It's just, I just need to set the level.
Welcome back to podcast that dissects the Universal Frankenstein film series minute by minute. I'm Billy Vincent.
And I'm just Tom Lang.
Yeah, Tom Lang.
But spelled incorrectly.
Yeah, Tomlang.
But there's no way to say that.
No.
Any kind of funny...
You could say Thom Langy. I don't know.
But that's not who I am.
No, it doesn't help.
And you join us for minute 61 of Universal's 1942 film, All New Thrills.
Fantastic.
Yep. No, it was. It's actually the name of the film is There Is Always Tomorrow.
If you're joining us on Patreon Day on the 18th, it's Monster Bash in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Monster Bash starts today in Pittsburgh. If you're joining us tomorrow, Monster Bash is going on in Pittsburgh. If you're joining us on July 19th, which is when most people get the podcast, that's Friday, I regret to inform you that Jack Pierce has died.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, he died 56 years ago today.
Oh, I didn't know.
So if that's news to you... We're not recording this.
No, this is just a dry run.
Sunday, we regret to inform you that Basil Rathbone died
Oh my goodness.
Nearly 1 year before Jack Pierce. He died in 1967 on July 21st. And also on July 21st, we celebrate the birth of Janet Ann Gallo.
Oh, wonderful.
The recently deceased. Didn't she? Or is she still around?
No, she died shortly after we started this. So,
okay. Yep. She was born in 1937.
Okay.
So there you go.
So
that's her. She's in this one.
About 4.5, I think. When
she's we'll see her in a very soon.
We will.
Yeah, a little bit of her. Monday, of course.
We'll see her face. That's about all.
That's about it. Well, you don't need to see a ton of her. Her face is her selling point, right? She's got a very cute little face.
Absolutely.
Monday is James Whale's birthday. He was born in 1889. Happy birthday to James Whale.
Jimmy.
Tuesday, we celebrate the death of Hans J. Salter.
We celebrate the death?
Yeah, we will be celebrating his death.
Fucking glad he's dead.
I mean, what a piece of shit that guy was. That's it. That's all I got.
Okay. And actually, this is one of his better scores. Not better. He did a lot of really good work. Most of the music from the late 30s into the 50s was his.
Yeah.
At Universal. So, Universal Monster Kids have every reason to mourn the death, I guess.
That's what we do. We mourn the death.
And this is one of my favorite scores of his, with a few exceptions.
Okay.
The goofy oboe theme for the monsters got to go.
Yep.
But overall, I think this score works better than the Son of Frankenstein score works.
Okay.
It's not trying to work as hard because it doesn't have to. to. That's part of it. It's not trying to convince me that Basil Rathbone running around pulling chains and things for 5 minutes is exciting.
Yeah, I suppose that's true. But it is bombastic.
It is, but
so
I think it suits the tone of the film, because this is a very different film than the Laemmle era films.
Yeah.
It's the 40s. Everything is a little more brash, a little more bold, a little more
potboiler.
More potboiler, programmer, very much more American feeling.
Yeah, that's true.
Than the Laemmle stuff, which all sort of had a European flavor. We're entering in, or everything, no matter where it takes place, has an American sort of flavor to it. And Ralph Bellamy sure as shit isn't helping.
Well, that's exactly right. Yeah, Bellamy is the most American thing in this movie, not just because he's American, but he's just so American.
Yeah, and the Wolfman as well.
And the Wolfman.
And we've got, and that has Warren William in the Wolfman, who was born in, I think, like St. Paul or something. He's from here.
Oh, okay.
But he has sort of he even has a continental flavor to him.
Okay.
He doesn't put on
I don't remember. Who is he?
He's the doctor.
Okay.
And he's one of my favorite actors, Warren William, from the 30s. And he's very charming.
And he's from St. Paul.
He's from here somewhere, yeah. I don't want to say St. Paul, but...
Chaska? He's not from Chaska?
He was born actually in the house next door to Edward Van Sloan.
There you go, perfect. Yeah. I've been watching these videos by someone who calls himself Dr. Jeff Lindsay on YouTube. Just wanted to do that shout out because the latest one is Hollywood's fake mid-Atlantic accent debunked, which is pretty great because he shows clips of all kinds of YouTubers who talk about this fake accent that was invented by the movie studios, but no one ever talked that way. And it's really great the way it's edited together and debunked to show a clip and then have him say, but Cary Grant was born in the UK. They don't have any, it's all Wikipedia. He shows the Wikipedia article and then everybody just... Anyways, the reason I bring all that up is because you made me think about how Universal was so British, and that's sort of a part of Hollywood history that forms some of that.
The Laemmle particularly was European and British, but there are a lot of British actors in this. I mean, we've talked about Atwell,
Sir Cedric Hardwicke,
Olaf Huyten.
Elsa is played by whom? Isn't she British?
You're talking about
Evelyn Ankers. She born in Boston.
She was born in Chile, I believe.
Oh.
Chile, sorry.
Yeah, there wasn't some weird woke birthing thing that I think the best way to be born is in Chile.
First breath of air is sucking in
some beans.
5-alarm chili.
That'll
get your heart going.
That'll teach you what life's going to be like. You fuck.
Serves you right for being born.
That's the theme of our podcast.
Serves you right for being born.
Okay.
All right. So what
happens in this minute, Tom?
Well, I'll tell you, Bill.
Are we done? Have we got enough?
Yeah,
half an hour
yet?
We're
We're good. We continue with Eric accusing Ludwig of some wrongdoing or skullduggery,
indeed,
of sorts. He had said that Kettering had not left on the train as he intimated in the previous minute. Continues to say, "Your servants say his clothes are still in his room, y'all, which is locked by your orders."
So when did you talk to them? Because you were in your office 90 seconds ago.
I know.
It's been 2 weeks. Has he been grilling the servers?
But he's been sitting on it for 2 weeks.
Until a guy walked up and said, "Hey, there's torches and villagers, and
we know how
that works.
That plays out." So,
he didn't care 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Plus, who cares about his clothes? My clothes are in my room too.
Me too.
And my door is well, it's probably not locked.
No, that's the key.
But it's the locked door.
It's the locked door.
No one would lock their clothes up. This is a mystery that needs to be solved.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of people are in this building. It's a sanitarium.
Yeah.
Right? If I lived there, I'd lock my room.
Absolutely.
So I don't see any of this as being out of the ordinary.
No.
So his bellowing this at him means nothing.
I completely agree with your assessment of Bellamy's bellowing in minute 61. Mm-hmm. But it's good that you reminded us in minute 60 he had a really good point.
He did have a good point there because, he wasn't
cut it and now it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
he kind of fades out.
Yeah,
he starts strong and then fades.
Yeah, you might want to have started with
just like at the presidential debate when. Oh, never mind.
No, don't.
Never mind.
No.
Let's not talk about it. Everyone's forgotten by now. It's July 18th.
It's over. That's
Kamala is leading in the polls.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, which is locked. Well, I think the key there is the room is locked by Ludwig's orders.
Yeah, that's true. I guess that's true.
Which is, again though, there's a lot of nutcases running around this place, right? It's a sanitarium because he treats people who are sick of mind.
Yes, they're sick of mind. Like our presidential candidates.
Yes. Circle back.
So Martha is talking to the cops. Is that what's going on?
Well, that's because that's who he runs into when she opens the door for him, lets him in, right? Martha.
Good point.
So,
well,
by the way,
yeah.
Kettering's clothes
are in his room. It's locked.
Ludwig told me to lock the door.
Be great. Then you get to the next scene and he's got all the words wrong.
So
Martha said that all of his clothes were in Rome and the door is blocked by your, I don't know, got nothing.
Armoire.
I'm here to help you move your armoire. Oh, for fuck's sake. You would not believe what the fuck I just did. Holy fucking fuck my fuck.
Deleted all your notes?
I deleted my notes.
Are you
swear
serious?
to God, I just deleted my notes.
Well, I guess you're stuck with me then for the rest of the episode. Bill's going to sit there and fight with that while I continue.
I'm going to fucking die. All right.
Did you really?
No, I found it on archive.
Okay. I think the time has come for a showdown, Doctor.
Yeah, this is a...
Pistols at dawn.
Yeah, he thinks he's in a Western.
He does. Well, he's talking like he's in a Western. He's dressing like he's in
He just looks... Yeah, he looks like he's in his hunting garb. He's in his Grand Moff Tarkin hunting garb with his jodhpurs.
I'm sorry. Colin Clive wore the jodhpurs and boots better, and
that's true.
Basil Rathbone wore the jacket better.
Wore the jacket better. There you go.
He just looks ridiculous.
He does. He looks ridiculous.
He just looks silly.
And
he looks as silly in The Wolfman. I just don't understand. His casting is baffling, and I don't know if it was the marquee value and how much marquee value he had in 1942, but he does get good billing.
I don't know. When I think about...
He's second
the movie
billed
studios and how they operated in that sense, how they, signed you up to a contract and they said, this guy's the next big thing. He's going to be in this, and this. And there's no real sense to it. There's no, it feels like the casting director is told this guy's in the movie.
Well, there's some of that because of the studio system he's under contract. But I don't believe Bellamy was under contract to Universal.
Interesting.
So maybe they had a contract for a couple pictures.
Yeah.
But he doesn't fit either film.
No. This film could use...
As out of place as Chaney is in The Wolfman, at least there's a backstory that he's been in America for a while.
Yeah, it's such a weird...
But Bellamy was supposed to been his buddy when they were kids.
I don't even remember The Wolfman.
He stayed there while Talbot went away to school in America. So at least there's some justification for Chaney to be this dopey American yutz, and there's none for Bellamy to be a dopey American yutz whatsoever.
Yeah, that's a good point. That makes sense. Yeah, he's great in Trading Places.
Generally, he's very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are the only two films, and they're probably the ones I've seen the most, barring His Girl Friday, of his stuff.
Yeah, I forget that he's in that.
And he's good in that. He does what he does best.
Well, I don't know. I'm on the record as being sort of gay for Cary Grant. So there's no chance.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's no chance Bellamy's going to step on that.
Yeah.
Although, I don't know, there's some interesting Bellamy stuff coming up. And it's not, no credit to Bellamy.
I don't think it's,
Yep.
All right. Perhaps you're right, Eric.
Yeah, I can only hope...
There's a pause. There's time for a showdown. There's a pause as Ludwig sort of mulls this over, like, you know what? I got something to show you. Well, I couldn't be prouder.
Yeah, well, that's very much so. I was going to say, is he sort of mulling over the impact of this brash American saying he needs a showdown? Like, it seems very American to me. I don't know.
Time for a showdown.
Time for a showdown, Doctor.
It'll be pistols at dawn.
And they're going to walk into that next room and... Oh, there you go.
Yep. The script at this point has a brief exchange between Eric and Elsa. They embrace. She says, I was wrong about not turning her father in and spilling the beans about all this.
Well, it's interesting timing because he hasn't spilled all the beans yet.
No.
Okay.
That's why I'm assuming it was cut.
Okay.
Because Because
I glanced through the script and I guess I didn't pick up on that being there.
Yeah, it's right here. It's before he confronts Ludwig.
Okay.
He comes storming in. I think she realizes the jig is up.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, I was wrong. And it kind of releases her a little bit from any culpability, which the film doesn't.
Nope, it certainly does not.
She never once says a word about it.
Well, we will have something to say about that in a couple of weeks, but it's not much.
It's not a lot.
No.
Not enough.
Not probably enough.
No. Yeah, as it stands, she's still standing firmly with Ludwig, apparently.
That's what the film wants us to think, I think. I think
so.
Because she's had so many opportunities. She had one 2 minutes ago. She's standing right here now.
She's had 61 minutes of opportunity.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Something.
Yep.
Come with me. Ludwig and Eric exit. Martha crosses over to Elsa, and they hold hands.
Yeah, this is the last shot of Martha.
The last shot of Doris Lloyd.
Doris Lloyd, we hardly knew ye.
Well,
it is kind of cute. I actually like. I don't think so. Maybe amongst the crowd somewhere.
No, I know she's like in the wolf. She's in a lot of shit at Universal.
Okay.
But not.
Oh, will we see her again in this series?
That's what I'm.
I thought you meant in this movie.
No, that's what I'm. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Not in this, because she was in like Night Monster and some Sherlock Holmes, I believe, and I go back to when she was first introduced. I read off.
We read it all. She's probably in House of Dracula.
Who isn't?
In
the script, Ludwig brings Elsa with him.
I remember him saying, Elsa, you better come too.
Yeah, something like that. You might want to see this.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't be prouder of what I've done.
Yes.
This is going to be so great.
Yep.
Well, we'll see how
this plays out. Yeah.
Ludwig and Eric knock on a door, presumably in the sanitarium.
Okay, so I'm already... it's nice to hear that you're saying presumably, because the geography over the next 7 minutes is baffling to me.
It's Son of Frankenstein style geography, because we have no idea where we are.
I guess that's what it is. And watching it minute by minute is when I first noticed some things like, oh, I see, now they're in this room. Oh, I see, now they're in that room. Because it happens really fast.
It does.
So there are some definite signposts you can see coming up where they are. But where they are specifically when they go to this door, I guess I'm not 100% sure.
No.
I assume... Maybe I'm assuming... All right, here's what I guess I want to say. That thing that they move out of the way to go down to the thing. We're not down there?
No, I don't think so.
Then that would make a lot more sense. We never go to the actual...
Dungeon again?
I
don't think so.
This is just like a waiting room.
I thought it was the lab because of some stuff that happens later, but it's not the same door because it doesn't have the window.
You're right.
Based on what happens later,
yeah,
I'm assuming it's sort of a little room off of the lab.
Yeah, I mean...
Maybe this is Bomer's room.
Right.
And that's why Bomer's in there and they knock on the door, because it's not the same door that goes into the lab.
Right.
It doesn't have the window.
That makes sense.
So that's based on what happens in the following minutes. Yeah, all right. And Atwell's in there waiting for his cue.
Yeah, I guess he's standing by the door.
Stands there, and then he's like, then he starts to move. So they could have probably lopped off a few seconds of that.
Or a few frames.
Yeah. Because it's like he's, okay, go.
Yeah. Well, the guy knocked on the door, and I have to go answer it.
Yeah, but he stands still for a few seconds before he goes to answer it.
But in my mind, I can justify that by being, he heard what was going on, and he's waiting. He's like, oh shit, I hope they don't come in here. And you can see someone standing there by like being like, oh fuck, I hope they don't knock on the
God
shit.
Damn it.
But having said that, the way he opens the door, you get no indication of that, because he just opens the door wide when he probably should
just kind of
maybe
peek his head out.
Peek through.
Yeah, he couldn't open it wider.
He peeks through, sees Eric, and opens the door wide.
Yep, basically.
Bizarre. Or fine. Well, whatever. Works.
And of course, then that gives Eric a big eye full of the monster sitting there.
What I wrote is, this minute has a shot that is probably, I wrote possibly, but I'm going to go probably my least favorite shot in the whole Frankenstein film series.
He's sitting on the side of the bed.
Where he's fucking sitting on the bed.
Yeah.
Because, and we'll talk about this next week.
Laugh
next week, I'll have more to say about this. Or I think it's next week. Maybe it's later this week. But it's just shot, okay, first of all, it's in the script. So that's funny to me.
Right.
I had to shoot him sitting on the bed. Well, okay. No, you probably didn't, but it's fine. If you accept that you had to shoot the guy sitting on the bed, there are 900 better ways to do it than a shot that makes him look like a little boy sitting on a bed. It's a fucking monster.
Yeah.
It's the worst shot.
It is pretty bad.
It's awful.
It makes
overly lit, like so much of this film.
Oh, yeah.
Not all of this film. We've talked about a lot of great stuff.
There's a lot of good stuff.
But this
I think that
lit.
comes down to who was the cinematographer for what particular scene, because it has two.
Interesting.
Cinematographers, which I talked about during the opening credits.
No, I don't. That's so long ago.
That's 100
years ago.
Yeah, it is a silly shot. It makes me laugh.
I'm glad to hear you say that, because as I say,
like I think
it's my least favorite shot in the whole series.
It's like he's sitting there waiting to be tucked into bed and write a story.
It looks terrible.
It just looks ridiculous.
It looks ridiculous, yes.
Yeah.
The only thing that kind of saves it, interestingly enough, if anything saves it, which it really doesn't, is Bellamy. Bellamy does react appropriately.
He reacts,
whoa, wait, what the fuck is this?
What the fuck is that guy doing here?
And to be honest, for the next couple of minutes, next couple of weeks on our podcast, Bellamy does a lot of this. Like, whoa, this is fucked up.
Hey.
Okay, good. It's not just me.
No, it is not just you.
Oh, wait, we skipped ahead. I skipped ahead, I think. Because before he opens the door, he says or is this after he closes the door? Oh, that's right. I'm sorry.
Homer steps out into the hallway.
Homer steps out in the hallway and closes the door behind him.
Yeah.
And then he says...
Ludwig says, "May I have a word with you, Dr. Boehmer?"
Yes, of course.
It's when Eric gets the eye full of little Lon waiting to go to bed. Mm-hmm. Then he steps out into the hallway. It is imperative we see the patient. What is his condition?
Yes.
And Boehmer looks a little bit nervous before he answers.
He's kind of great, Lionel Atwill.
Like,
he's doing a lot with his eyes.
You really want me to go there?
Yeah,
okay. He sees Eric and he's like, is this something we should probably be talking about right now? You know?
It's great. Yeah. He's doing great work.
He's doing, that's why I wear his face proudly emblazoned on my shirt here.
Yes, that's right. Nice shirt.
Yes, thank you. And thanks to
And what is that? That looks like Moriarty to me.
It could be.
Yeah.
I think it's just the publicity.
Could be. Yes, I suppose.
And of course, thanks to Mike Herman he sent this towards the beginning, I think, of Son of Frankenstein. He sent us some stuff.
All right. Sounds familiar.
Yep.
His what does he say?
Well, his recuperative powers have proved tremendous.
Yeah, and no kidding. I mean, he's been burnt alive.
Yeah.
He's been dropped in a sulfur bath.
He's been blown up.
He's had 2 bullets in his heart. Yeah. Plus, Igor has been hanged.
Yeah.
Had his share of bullets in his heart. I just as a side thing, when I was watching this, I've been asking ChatGPT a lot of technical questions about scripting and different scripting languages or whatever. And it's interesting to...
Like screenplay scripting or...
No, scripting, Ansible, IT crap.
Okay.
Because I couldn't remember if he said 2 bullets in the heart or 3 bullets. So I said, how many bullets does Wolf say that is there in the monster's heart in Son of Frankenstein? And the AI says, certainly I can help you with that. He says there are 9 bullets in his heart. And he sends me a link to the Wikipedia article. So I'm like, well, I know it ain't 9. I just couldn't remember if it was 2 or 3. So I click Wikipedia and I expand all the fields and I search for the word bullet. It's not on there anywhere. So I'm like, why do you lie? And I got into a whole argument with AI and AI. He's like, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I said 9 when I should have said 2. And I'm like, well, don't say you're sorry. I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
I'm just curious. Why are you lying to me? If I ask you a very specific question and you give me a very specific answer.
And you clearly knew the ansser to begin with. Because you said, oh, no, I meant to say 2. Sorry.
I meant to say 2.
Yeah, sorry.
But I accidentally said 9.
My bad.
Yeah.
9, 2. It's easy to get them mixed up.
So anyways, recuperative powers.
Yes, and he appears to have complete control of all his faculties.
He does things for me. I don't know. That's what he means by all his faculties. You know what I'm saying?
I have no idea what... It was late, I think, when I was working on this minute, but I wrote, he, not it.
It has... Well, because it has control of all of its...
Oh, yeah. Okay, he. Yeah. He says he... Mm-hmm. Not it. That's okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Because I thought maybe I was just losing it.
Yeah, I'm not saying you're not losing it.
12:30.
Don't get me wrong.
12:30 at night on a Tuesday as I was doing this and had to get up in 5 hours to go to work.
Oy. Well, I didn't have to go to work because I was recuperating from
lucky
my
you. Do you have
cunnilingual hernia.
Do you have tremendous recuperative powers?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I think I did as a youth. I remember
sure.
that when I got my wisdom teeth pulled out, I waited maybe a good 6 hours before having a cigarette.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? Like back then, things were just simpler.
Oh, sure. Well, you were bulletproof till you're about 25.
Well, I was going to say, you got a different age than some might suggest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but prior to that, I mean...
Yeah.
Yeah, I had my appendix out, and the day after I got home, I think I was...
skiing?
No, it's freezing cold out, and we were waiting online to get tickets to some concert.
Wow.
Overnight, and I was like 1 day out of the hospital.
Oh, yeah, no,
Nowadays,
I was knocked for a
that
loop.
would probably kill me.
I remember telling my boss, I'm taking the week off. They tell you to take a week off, but I don't know. And then I thought, it kind of caught myself, like, don't tell your boss you might come back early. Fuck it, I got time. I got PTO. So, I came back to work yesterday. I took 8 days off because of the holiday. And it was like, I don't know. I'm a wuss, man.
No, you know what? I had to take 12 weeks off for my shoulder. That seemed like...
See, but yeah, I suppose.
I mean, that was a pretty major thing, because for like 6 weeks, I could literally not move.
Yeah, if you can't move your arm, that's a little bit different. That's why I thought this is nothing. It's laparoscopic. It's nothing.
Oh, no, it hurts.
And that still hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Enough about me being a wuss and my complete lack of recuperative powers.
They're not tremendous.
Yeah, they're not. They are neither tremendous.
Opposite of.
And I don't think anyone. I've never been accused of being in complete control of all of my faculties.
Yes. Well, Eric barely lets him.
Is he a teacher? Is he the superintendent of schools?
Yes. He's going to be, according to Igor.
That's true. That's true. Yep.
Yeah, Eric barely lets Bomer finish before he says, why did you deny that you were concealing the monster, Doctor?
Yeah, it's weird watching Bellamy. I think it plays out okay
This
as a conversation.
Okay, yeah.
But if you just watch Bellamy, it's clear he's waiting to talk. But that's okay because the character has something important he wants to say.
Well, I think he's processing what the fuck is going on here.
Yeah.
And,
but what the actor is doing is staring at Hardwick's forehead.
Yeah.
For like 5 seconds while
Bomer does his
Bomer
lines.
talks. Yeah.
I
also love this.
Atwill is great here because his eyes dart back and forth between the two of them like he's at a tennis match.
Absolutely.
And it's great.
It's great to watch. Absolutely.
I mean,
I completely agree. And he does more of it next week, too.
You're watching two lummoxes on either side of the screen.
and an actor in the middle.
Hardwick is a highly revered actor.
Otherwise.
In general, other than his horror appearances, apparently.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of a yutz in Invisible Man's Revenge or Returns or whatever the fuck that was. But yeah, Atwill is fascinating. He steals every shot, every scene he's in.
What I wrote here was I tried to call it a 3-shot, but I apparently typed 3 shit. But it's like in a comedy. The one I think of is Monty Python and the Holy Grail, where it's you enter the room. So it's the kind of shot that we talk about that we wish movies had more of, where you just do a 3-shot.
Let the actors do.
And is a 3-shot? Am I making that up?
Yeah,
3-shot.
No, it is.
Where 3 people all are on the screen at the same time. Yeah. We watched a movie because it looked like it would be fun called Hitman. Have I talked about Hitman?
I was going to watch it. Is it not worth watching?
I think everyone should watch it because I didn't like it, and I'm not sure if there's not something wrong with me, but every conversation is over the shoulder. There was a conversation between 2 people in a diner that was bugging the shit out of me, and then all of a sudden they cut to a shot of the 2 of them together in the shot for just 1 second.
Yeah.
But it was other than that all over the shoulder shit, and I'm like, it's just... Did you just film and film and film and then you cut it together? That's what
nowadays.
It looks like. Yeah.
That's nowadays. It's cut.
Yeah, I hated that about it.
I hate that about everything I watch lately.
Yeah. Yep.
Because it's cut, and that's exactly what they do. Because it's digital, so they're not using up a lot of film. So they have 3 cameras, and they have endless takes, and I expect it like on an episodic TV show because it's an economical way to shoot.
Yeah.
But for a feature film, when it's Keaton said, "Cutting hurts comedy," and I could not agree more. And
especially him.
Yeah.
Or Chaplin.
Chaplin.
Any of those guys, really.
Stan Laurel.
Stan Laurel. Yeah. We don't have people like that anymore.
No, we don't.
I don't
we
know.
have anybody that knows how to make comedy anymore.
So everybody watch Hitman. I fucking hated it. There you go.
All right.
Back to Ghost of Frankenstein and the 3-shot.
Apparently it was necessary for a while to conceal the monster, according to Ludwig.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. You see, Eric.
He's a pompous ass. So everything he thinks should happen is necessary.
Yeah, it's necessary. You see, Eric, the monster, as you know, was a homicidal maniac.
Well, he doesn't say that. He says homicidal.
Homicidal.
Which I'm glad the minute doesn't cut halfway through that word. You see, Eric, the monster is a homo.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I might just have to cut that out.
Yeah, do whatever you want.
All right.
We're allies.
He killed Kettering.
People know we're allies.
Yeah.
Whatever.
He killed Kettering, and Eric is about to object, but Kettering lives again.
No, yeah.
Yep.
There's all kinds of fucking kooky shit going on here, Eric.
Wait till you see.
You thought this was going to be fucking simple, didn't you?
Yeah.
No, you walked into a fucking madhouse.
The wrong house.
All right. Well,
and the minute ends perfectly with him saying...
Yeah, halfway through. He doesn't even finish.
No, he says Kettering lives again. And it
ends perfectly,
freezes on his hand making the gesture in the air. Couldn't be more perfect. Any more questions, wise ass?
All right. Well, if you couldn't already tell by that theme music, it's time once again for whatever it's time for. Got any wise ass comments? Wise ass is brought to you by Patreon. If you sign up at Patreon at the wise ass level, I'll send out the minutes. You can see them and comment on them, and we will read your comments on the podcast, provided that there's no legal reason that we can't.
We can't.
Yeah.
Well,
don't test me, is all I'm saying.
Okay. Has there been some that we couldn't?
I don't know. I just keep thinking that when I say I will read your comment on the podcast, some smartass is going to say the whole didn't happen.
Yeah.
All right. Background Noise Comic writes, but Dr. Kettering lives again. Yeah, that's going to hold up in a court of law. I hope Ludwig is stacked to the Viserion courts with judges that'll give him Frankensteinian immunity.
Yes, yep.
Eric didn't seem particularly shocked to see the monster reveal. Maybe because he's just sitting there like a lump. Yeah. I mean, I think he does react at least.
He does react.
It's not big, but he does react.
And I think if it were much bigger, it would look ridiculous.
Yeah.
More ridiculous than it already looks in this movie.
He's supposed to be keeping his cool.
If he did a big take at this moment, it would completely derail what's going on. Yeah.
I guess he's as unimpressed with Chaney's performance as you guys.
There we go. Yep.
I love Cedric Hardwicke, but I have to admit he really is mumbling his way through this minute. That's true. This is his big moment, right?
Yeah. He's got this big reveal.
Yeah, he's very proud.
If this had been Rathbone, he'd be
screaming
he'd be at
from
11.
The rafters.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. There you go.
No, I think I've said all along that I do like Hardwicke.
Yeah.
In other things.
Yeah.
It's just a couple horror movies, and that's not entirely true because he's good in The Lodger.
Yeah, okay. Well, he's also good in this, in a sense.
You've been trashing him for 60 weeks now.
Yes and no. Yeah, I guess you're right. But in some level, I could see. All right, let me back that up. You're right. I have been trashing him, but on some level, I can understand why he's playing it the way he's playing it. He's supposed to be pompous.
Yeah,
he's supposed to be arrogant.
He is, but
his form of arrogance is different.
Different than Rathbone's.
Yeah, or for that matter, Clive's. Seems more like passion than arrogance.
Yeah, no, I never read Henry as being arrogant. It's he's driven.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, is that all we got?
I think so. That's all of the comments this week.
Nothing from Mike Herman. I hope he's okay.
No, don't worry. We'll see him. I mean, if we're looking for more material, I could make up stuff, but I think we're doing good, right?
There's no comments like YouTube or anything.
Well, there might be, but I mean,
we got 6 more of these.
Yeah, we got to keep this fucker moving. Right. Thanks again, as always, to Jacob Walsh for our theme song. Is that his name?
Yes.
All right.
Lower!